Alright guys, here we are once again with another load show. How are you guys doing? I'm your manbot, Load Failure. The title is kind of self-explanatory. We today are going to talk about the new, Star Trek Discovery. It aired Sunday. Love it, hate it, it is here. We're also going to talk about Seth MacFarlane's The Orville and just kind of other stuff. And I'm kind of split. I got people over on Live Me watching me live. I've got people on YouTube who are going to get me later, and it's okay. I'm okay with this, and you should be too. Yes. I do like to drink a little bit while I'm recording. It's okay. You should drink too. It's healthy. Okay. Let's dive into this. Let's start out with Star Trek Discovery. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it was okay. We crossed too far into the JJ verse. And that for me, for a diehard Trekkie, is not Star Trek. It was a good story, but it is not Star Trek. It is not what I expected, is not what any of my fellow Trekkies expected. To rub salt in the wound. They went ahead and they gave us the very first. Yes, that's R2 yelling at me. Sorry, people. He will probably do that for a little bit. You know what? I just made a decision. No, he's not. Blah. There. Hopefully R2 won't be yelling at us anymore about me having emails and things like that. YouTube telling me things. Okay, so where was I at? Star Trek Discovery. Let me count the ways that I went. Well, you're good, but you ain't worth my my money to go CBS All Access. I firmly believe that they did not count on the fans of Star Trek to actually watch this. And I would have given it a fair shot. My God, I gave Enterprise a fair shake. I gave Voyager a shake. I even gave Deep Space Nine a fair shake. I didn't have to pay for something extra on top of cable, Netflix. No, it was on Fox or CBS or whatever, you know. And there again, they decided that, you know, they just wanted to make money. They have dollar signs in their eyes, and that's all they have in their eyes. I was disappointed in the Klingons. They reminded me too much of the reimagining of JJ's universe. Don't get me wrong. The Klingons were cool to a point. The idea was unique. But if we're staying true to the timeline, the prime timeline, mind you, then we are not gonna deviate into JJ's verse. We're just not. If we do, then we have a problem. And at that point we have to raise the discussion of, is Star Trek really Star Trek? Star Trek's always been hopeful for the future, not very violent. There has been some sort of skirmish or violent or whatever, but not all throughout the show. You know, where it was, you know, oh, we're gonna be in this humongous battle, whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, even Voyager got into long-term battles and whatever, but they still had a moral to their story. Me, because I decided that they couldn't sell me on the first episode to actually go ahead and subscribe $8 a month to their CBS All Access. I did not watch the second episode. I'm sad. I would have liked to have seen where they were trying to go with it. I mean, I'm sure they meant to go somewhere with it. I found out later on that their re-envisioning of the Klingons, though, go deeper than just skin. Yeah, apparently they took the Klingons, who were supposed to be Soviet Union, Russia, you know, that's who they were supposed to represent all throughout the shows and the movies, and they turned it in. They have turned them into people from the U.S. who are factioned off and want to be isolationists and purists and whatever, and it's like, but you're taking away from what I know as a Klingon. A Klingon is a warrior built on conquest. You know, his house is bred for war, ready to defend, you know, and in that 1 hour of it, I saw Klingons wanting to be left alone, not wanting to expand their territory. And I'm going, well, okay. I'm just hoping that they're the only faction of Klingons, because I would hate for them to have gone, hey, let's make Kronos into a bunch of pansies. You know, because why? Why would you do that to the Klingons? I swear, it's like all the writers never read any of the scripts from any of the shows except for JJ's reboot. And I go, why? Why have you got this very, very, very narrow-minded way of thinking? I don't know. I don't know where they're even wanting to take Discovery. It's very weird the way they're wanting to do things. I read a thing about when they were filming the guy Edward. No, not Edward. I'm thinking of Orville. Oh, I can't think of who plays the guy captain the captain for Discovery, but he wanted to use God You know, not God like God, but the word God. You know, like, dear God, you know, or something like that in a phrase. And the director cut the scene and chastised him, saying, well, in the future, they don't have religion. And it's like, well, now, gee, let me think here. Didn't we deal with this all throughout TOS? Didn't we deal with this even in TNG? Didn't, Deep Space Nine wasn't the main character, the emissary? You know, the foretold one? Huh. So I just say, apparently nobody read the freaking scripts or even seen any of the shows. They just saw JJ's, the JJ verse, and went, yes, this is how it should be. Oh dear Jesus, why? Okay. And it's dark. I mean, like, not lighting wise. I mean, it's just dark. It gives a grim idea of what our future will be, you know, versus, you know, even back to the original series, it wasn't dark. Yeah, you had war, you had some sort of skirmish, you had violence, like I said before. But it was always, there was always the hope that we would be better tomorrow than what we are today. And that's just sad that in that one episode of the new Star Trek, and CBS couldn't even show that. Couldn't even show that we had grown beyond what we are right now. They I don't know. I don't know where, I don't understand where the writer's thinking is. You know, this is from that one episode, not what Gene envisioned. And it's sad. I don't know, maybe they can pull it out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're all wrong. But, I mean, I've seen other reviews and whatever, and they all gravitate the same way. You know? They watched both new episodes of the series and drew that conclusion. I watched one, came to the same. That's pretty sad. However, then you got Seth MacFarlane's Orville, amazingly thought out. Amazingly, gives you a Star Trek feel from the get-go. I mean, and it everybody thought that it was gonna be kind of like a spoof or whatever, and it's not at all a spoof. It is something that Gene Roddenberry, I believe, would be proud of. Just because somebody say, you know, let me see if I can't do my own thing. You know, it's not Star Trek. But it's enough not Star Trek that they can reference other stuff. You know, that it takes place, you know, in the 24th or 25th century or something. Oh, I guess that's something I should probably talk about with Discovery. Another reason why I'm disappointed, because Discovery is set to be 10 years before the voyages of Spock and McCoy and Kirk. Said to be, but then then the start date or the date or whatever thing said that it was 2259, which, if anyone knows history, the 5-year voyage was already starting at that point. So I don't know if anybody gets where I'm going with this, is that we're seeing very, very messed up continuity errors. Is that your birthday? Sorry, people, I'm talking to people on a live me. I don't know. They're not responding. Live me gives me like a chat thing. So I can, I don't know. It's interesting. But anyway, so they could in theory make it where, you actually see the crew. But that's another continuity error. Because the Klingons were already infected with a disease that were made by the augments that took away the ridges and gave them more human-like features. Didn't take away their lust or whatever for blood, power, and conquest. But it made them look more like us, and that was Star Trek Enterprise's way of explaining what happened. And then you got Discovery just went and threw it away, because either they threw it away or this is a faction that's not been affected. I don't know which. I seriously, I'm hoping for the best with this show, but in the first episode, that all they get from me is, okay. And then they're like, oh yeah, if you want to see season 2, fork out $8 a month. And it's like, nah, not happening. Versus, like I already started talking about, the Orville. I don't have to. I've already watched 3 episodes on cable. Seriously. Why, what is my incentive? What is my incentive to pay out $8 for another streaming service when it's on Netflix for people internationally? There's to me there's no point. To me there's no point at all. I'm afraid they're gonna try and do to us Trekkies like what Disney did to all the Star Wars fans. And erase everything that we know as the timeline. I mean, they already did with the JJ verse and the JJ prize. Don't get me wrong, I own all the movies, the reboots, or whatever you want to call them. They are well made, in my opinion. But, like I've said before, there were so many stories that could have been told. There were so many ways to go about it without changing the entire timeline. But they didn't. And that's what you get. So anyway, let's talk about something better, in my opinion. Orville. Orville, like I said, I've watched 3 episodes of this already. And I like it a lot. I like it just like as if it was another Star Trek show. The first show, I was hooked. Like, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, number one, you just got the human, the whole human aspect of it. Like, this is my job, but yet I'm quirky as hell. You know, everybody on Star Trek was always so above this and whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, and instead of saying, Captain, you gotta take a leak, man. You know, I mean, come on. Wouldn't it have been great if Wesley would have done that and been like, Captain, you got wee. Well, he wouldn't have said wee, but, you know, I gotta pee. You know, or maybe excused to go to the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. You know, because, I mean, come on. Everybody's gotta go pee, right? Well, in the first episode, they talk about that. One guy sees the XO, who happens to be Captain's ex-wife. Spoiler alert. Go watch it. That's all the... Ooh, yeah. All the spoilers I care to give. Just because I believe I would be doing everybody a disservice if I gave spoilers. Now, granted, if I start doing reviews, you know, like say a month from now or something like that, and I start giving spoilers, you have only but yourself to blame for not going back and watching those episodes now, don't ya? But seriously though, you know, the helmsman was on the way to the bathroom, you know, and he's like, yeah, I gotta go pee, you know. It's like, dude, you don't hear that on Star Trek. You don't. I mean, you know, they do it, you know, but you never hear them going, hey man, gotta take a leak, you know, or loosening themselves up with, you know, a shot of tequila, you know, or something like that, you know, and where you're just like, you're just watching them and you can relate to that because you're going, yeah, I probably would want a shot before walking into that situation. And then you've got just really interesting species, you know, on there too. You got one guy that's he's a robot race, which you know is obviously a nod to Commander Data. You've got another guy on there that he looks like Worf, but he's not. He's totally, like, his entire species is male. Interesting twist. Then we have another another alien on there that see on there once in a while, or I've seen him twice on the show already, and he's just a blob, it's just like he's a blob deal, you know, and he's a member of the crew, you know. In fact, in the trailer you see him walk, like you see the captain, Seth MacFarlane, run through the guy, and he just stops like, oh my god, you know, thinking he hurt him. And he's like, no, you're good. Oh, you sure? Yeah, I'm fine. And it's just like one of them things like, oh, okay, but, you know, continue on what you're doing. And then you got this I don't even remember species names yet, guys. But then you got this one chick that she comes from a planet that that the gravity is more than what Earth is, so it gives her superhuman strength. You know, she's a security officer, and I mean it's really really interesting, and already in the third episode. You already have your moral dilemmas popping up, not with the show itself, but you know, as the show progresses, you know, the human alien culture, you know, the interaction and whatever, you see how all that kind of combines and how they all influence each other, and it's really well written, well thought out, and like I don't know. I just don't I really think that this is what Star Trek Discovery should have been. Like, that is really my personal opinion on that. Like, I thought that Discovery was good. It was interesting. It didn't quite sell me. Seth MacFarlane had me sold on the first episode. Like, yes, that's my show. And it is. And I really hope, like I said in my last video, I hope Fox doesn't do what they normally do and get rid of good shows. You know, anybody remember Firefly? You know, and lasted one episode, really, really popular, but Fox went, hey, we're gonna get rid of this anyway, because we're Fox, and we're gonna do that. It's like, oh my god, people. So hopefully they don't do that, because that would be sad and bad. I'm pretty sure Seth MacFarlane would, you know, leave. Although he did make Fox a lot of money with Family Guy, so I'm gonna go with probably a no. Just kind of thinking out of the box here. What's another thing here? But another thing too is, like in Star Trek, you never see him, you know, drink anything on the bridge or whatever, you know, and the first thing when the captain takes command is they want to know, can we have drinks on the bridge? And I don't know, to me that just is, it was funny, but really it was putting the human element in there. Like I said, in Star Trek, they're all there, and the writers have them to where they're kind of above everything, you know, even though it's good what they're doing and whatever, but you don't have that element in there of, hey, why are you late? Sorry, man, I was in the John. You know, sorry, man, my kid, blah, blah, blah. You know, you do kind of see that a little bit with Miles O'Brien on Deep Space Nine. And I was glad to see that they did that. Let me think here, what else? I had something else. That's what I get for not taking notes. Let that be a lesson to all of you watching. If you want to talk about something on one of these and you're prone to forget, in one eyeball out the other, then write it down. I really can't remember. Oh well. So that's pretty much what I got for you. I thought I was gonna have more, but really, and especially for everybody watching me on YouTube, I think that I should be wrapping this up. I'm sure everybody's going, please do, for the love of God. So yeah, for my recording, thank you for watching, and hold that like, subscribe, comment, be constructive, don't hate. Yeah. Down in the comments, tell me what you thought about Star Trek Discovery. Tell me your thoughts on Orville. Are my thoughts for Discovery warranted, do you think? Or do you think that it might get better? Give me a little feedback, guys. Have a good one. Bye.